Young fish, I've been trying to live the right way. Woke up, rolled up, finna have a nice day. And these
What's up, everybody? It's Fish here with Dream Vision. Got Mike Kelly in the building. Top 8, the FGG
Me
Monthly.
again.
Yes, sir. What'd you play today?
I played Krystia Swarm.
And what was your placing?
After Swiss, I got 7th place. I made top 8 though. I lost some top 8.
And how you feel about the tournament today?
I felt great. The deck performed really well. I mean, in top 8, I lost to basically Quacky Merle Drago. That card, yeah, it just kind of wrecks this deck. I have a lot of outs for it, but I didn't draw them, so you know, gotta take it for what it is.
All right. Well, let's check out the deck.
All right, we'll start with the 3 ofs. 3 Wolf, 3 Celestia. They my only 3 of Lightsworns. Pretty much the deck is Celestia Turbo. That's pretty much how I got it built. So they the reasons I max out on them. The 2 ofs, 2 Lala, 2 Arcus, 2 Raikou, 2 Jane. A lot of people, you know, ask questions about Jane. The reason I like Jane and Arcus at 2, because at 1800 attack and defense, they tend to survive a turn. So a lot of times, I'll set Arcus when I have Celestia just to tribute for it. Because 1800 is hard to kill, you know, in 1 turn. And, of course, Arcus with, like, Honest is really good. The 1 Lumina, of course. That's all my Lightsworns. Off to the furries. 3 Orange Light. 2 Honest, of course. I only play 1 Soul. I mean, because for the most part, it's beckoning that makes it live, so I never really felt like I needed multiples. They just kind of brick your hand. Of course, the bosses, 2 JD, 3 Krystia, and 1 of Plague Necro. You know, don't need explanation. Off to the spells, 3 Recharge, Charge, Foolish. That's all the spells. Not a lot. Traps, 3 Threatening, which Threatening works well with, like, Arcus really well when you have a Celestia or any of the Lightsworns, because it's just another card that makes it hard to kill for Celestia to go off. Because the issue with Krystia Swarm, the mix is kind of bricky sometimes. So you need a Celestia to go off to kind of set the grave up to make it unbrick itself. 3 Beckoning, and, you know, Call the Haunted. You play Krystia, you got to play Call the Haunted. And also, it acts as another way to get a body on board to tribute for Krystia. Yeah. Off to the side deck. 3 Consecrated. I want to cut it down to 2. I'm definitely going to cut it down to 2. 2 Cyber. 1 Aaron. Which, I mean, Cyber's kind of explanatory. Consecrated is for, like, Blackwing. Certain value decks, like the Nitro value, I would side Consecrated against. Aaron is mainly for, like, Frog decks, Recruiter decks. 1 Heavy, 1 MST. I don't main Heavy or MST. I never really felt like I needed because the deck itself have a lot, you know, and a lot of inherent spot removal. So 3 Restrict, which I like 3 Restrict for the Frog decks because a lot of times they side out back row removal for deciding cards to out Krystia, and I side in back rows that they need out. So yeah, sometimes they just kind of end up losing to this card because they just don't have enough outs. 2 Decree, 2 Chain Disappearance, which I think I'm going to just cut that card for something. I'm not really sure yet, but I'm not a fan of Chain Disappearance too much.
All right. Extra deck.
My 5s. I don't really go into the extra too much, like Catasta, Android. They come up here and there. I didn't make Android at all today. Catasta, I made 1 time. I was in a bad situation. The 6s, Brio, Uriquizas, Goyo. Brio is the synchro that comes up a lot. Brio a lot of times comes up to set up Krystia plays. As far as discarding fairies out my hand. You know, the Celestias, the Soul and Purdy, the stuff you just can't get to the grave just to drop Krystia. So Brio, I would say, is the most common synchro I make. The Sevens, Black Rose, Ancient Sacred Wyvern. I didn't make Wyvern today. I didn't make either one of them today. My 8s, Red Dragon, the Avenger Knight Parshaft, Thought Ruler, Stardust, Colossal. I made Stardust a couple times. Next to Brio, Stardust is like my next commonly made synchro because a lot of times I'll have like Stardust and Krystia. Stardust and Krystia kind of win most games. You know, protect the castle. Mistworm, yeah, I didn't make that at all. And I just kind of had space, so I put in 2 Fortress Dragons since I played 2 Cyber Dragon. Which, I mean, yeah, I definitely played against machine decks, so I've used Fortress today. That's pretty much it.
So what was your prize with top 8?
I got $50 vendor credit. You know, that sweet, sweet vendor credit. Which I will say at FGG, they have a pretty good selection of different types of stuff you could get. So the vendor credit isn't bad at all.
Okay, cool. And so how you feel about the Krystia Swarm? Would you run it back?
Oh, yeah. I definitely would. Really good deck.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll be on the lookout for the next monthly then.
All right.
It's coming in, but we paid up. Ain't on my tape, yeah, you pussy boys are late, bruh. In the squad.